Hello, hello, hello. Are you with me? Bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. Comment ça va bien? Hello, LS. Hello, Christine, Catherine, Francesca. Hello, everybody. How are you? Ooh, here too it's cold, it's Brittany. So I've got my boot jacket for my sailing. I wear my sailing jacket today. Hello, Lynn, which is quite good for that weather. So, my dear friends, we are in Brittany, we are in Cinca. You remember we did a tour the other day at home, and today we are out of home, and we're going to walk from here to the seaside. If you want to walk with me to the seaside, and it's going to be again just at the when the sun is going to set. So we should come back. We should come back by the sunset. So I'll show you a little bit. Hello, Catherine. Thank you so much. I have to reply to you. I've seen the one you did in Mosin, which is absolutely lovely. Well done. So just waiting a couple of seconds that everybody is here. And so we are in the uptown. It doesn't mean it's the rich part. It just means uptown because we are on a hill. So it's a mount. And that's where my house is. And here we have got the old fisherman village because the fisherman harbor is by the sea, so downhill, and the fishermen were not living downhill to avoid the flood. And when the storm, when it's winter, can be very stormy with big waves. So they were living in the up village where I'm right now, and I'm going to show you. Ah, that's great. So you know a little bit. You see, this is we are at the top of it, of the village, and everywhere here you've got this beautiful brick house, which are all made with the local grey stone. You see, this is the local stone, and they have got then different colors for the shutters, white or blue, mainly white and blue, which are the colors that we see in Brittany. So it's not colorful, it's not very colored, and the roof usually are on slate, uh, grey slate. So you see, it gives kind of austere vision of the village, and you can see me here. You can see my reflection here. So the train was arriving here before, till the mid 1900. That was the train station was here, and the train was arriving here, and there was two trains arriving from Paris per day. Nowadays, the train is not arriving here anymore. It was a steam train to Cotes, so they stopped it. And of course, when you are in Brittany, which is the most Christian part of France, the west of France is very, very Christian, and always have been fighting for the king and that kind of things. And you are going to find what we call calvaire. Calvaire, it's a kind of stone, which is a cross, and that you find all over. So like that, when the people were going to the market or were going from one part of the city to another part of the city or from one village to another village, every miles more or less, they could stop and to make a prayer. And you see, this grey stone, this grey crucifix, and which are all over here. It looks like a face, no? But in fact, it's not a face at all. This is another cross inside. But when you look at it, it looks like two eyes, a nose, and a mouth. I don't know if you feel like me. Well, I hope I'm not making any blasphemy, but it looks like a face. Like, I don't know. If you look here. But But when you get close, you see clearly it's a crucifix. But when you go a little bit out, it's brilliant. Hello, guys. Well, anyway. Yes, it does look like a fence. Okay, it's not only me, so okay. I was thinking, am I the bad one? No, I think I'm not only the one who thinks like that. So let's go down by the village. You see, we go downhill, and all over here you've got the little house. So the house are quite small because it wasn't rich part. That's what I told you. That was the fisherman part. So this is we call it the fisherman house, which are small houses, which are beautiful but small, and most of them are in this grey stone, local grey stone from the quarry. And what you see at the over there, this is not the horizon. This is the sea. You see, I don't know if I zoom, if you can. You see this over there, okay, up to the chimney. This is the sea. Myself, I can see the island from here with my eyes. I don't know if you can see, but there's some islands. You see, there's kind of black, a little bit more black. You see, like it's not a boat. These are some islands. So you see, that's what I mean. We are uphill, and you see, it's a good walk up because more you go down, more at the end of the street over there. If you go straight, but it's something like 2 miles, you arrive to the harbor, which is a fisherman harbor and also a harbor for the boat. That's where is my boat. Well, not now because it's winter. So during the winter, my boat is parked outside to avoid the storm. So here there's a little bakery, the local bakery, because every Friday we've got a market here where I go when I'm here for Friday. It's a very nice little market where you can get the oyster, you can get the galette, the one I made. You can buy them. You can get eggs, fresh milk, all the dairy. You see the blue color, gray and blue. You also can get the cheese, of course, some meat, some well, everything locals. The people which comes are only local. Not the small one we've seen for the islands, but of course there's some bigger islands which are then they have got yes they have got inhabitants. But when the weather is good, we can see some aloe from here. Oh, look, that's a bump from a boat. You see that you put on the sides of the boat to avoid the boat bump into another one. So we're going to walk down by this little house to arrive to the little chapel that if you've been with me, you've maybe already seen it. And so it's very quiet. We are Sunday evening. And so, oh, hello, there's a little black cat which is walking. Hello, Blackie. You want to say hello? You want to say hello? No, you don't want? I don't want to. Just, yes, hello, hello. You want to say hello or not? Okay, okay. I speak Brit, You speak Brit? No, you don't want. Uh, no, 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 no. Not most. Some, but not most. There's residents which are out for the myself, for instance. You see, I'm coming here nearly every month, so it's not completely empty, and there's lots of people which are living around here. So it's not at all um, completely deserted. But it's Sunday, and the people usually at Sunday, they don't, they are not, they are just more stuck at home. Yes, but not all. I should say. In winter, there is a 3,000 inhabitants living in Sanka. 3,000 inhabitants. Sanka is divided in four villages. Here it's Sanka, the seaside, if I can say. Then you've got Sanka the Bourg. The Bourg is a place where you've got the town hall and things like that. And you've got the Sanka, the harbour, and the other Sanka called Le Guildo, where we've got a castle. And so all together make the Sanka Le Guildo district, and it has got 3,000 inhabitants. And during the summertime, multiplied by 10, 30,000 people are there for the seaside, of course, for the sailing, for visiting and discovering the country. But you see, the church is open. So that church, if you have never been with me in Sanka, it's called the church Saint White. Saint White means Sainte Blanche, and of course, as we are in Brittany, it's not written in French, but it's written in Brit. So you see, it's called in Brit Santaise Gwen. Santaise means Saint, Gwen means white, like Gwendoline. Okay, the Gwendoline, the white lady. So Santaise Gwyn is the name in Brit, and this church is a very, very, very famous and moving church because first it's absolutely gorgeous, and it's a little chapel, but also in the chapel. I live in the fisherman village. You are in the district where I live. My house is just closer. I just started from my house, in fact, the other night for the crepe you were in my house. And so I just went out of my house and I started streaming just by walking out of the door. And so that chapel is very famous because that's the chapel which were used by the wives of the sailors. So you see, here you're going to find boats. You see, because that all the models of the boats are where the men from Sanka were sailing, and so the ladies, when the men were on board, they were coming here to pray. Sainte Blanche and Santa Gwen is over there. She's a lady which is here. That's Santa Gwen. And of course, you've got all the furniture which are in wood, because the traditional furniture in Brittany are in wood. And you see this retable of Marie. There is no stone, there is no marble, there is no iron. It's all made in wood. We do lots of things in wood in Brittany, and especially we've got this typical drawing, which is a kind of wheel, like a steering wheel, which is typical from the local workshop. And you see the altar; it's all in wood. And you've got a chair for the people from the parish. And you see the people, they give donation to the church so they can put their names on the chair. So like that, when they come, this is the chair for them. Well, if they don't come, somebody can sit. But if they are here, you see, Madame Sekenel or Madame Douin, or you see, Renaud, Gibi, that's the first name. So all the chairs are like that. I've got, and over there you've got a little balcony, and you see, you find again the same typical drawing pattern from Brittany, with the wheel, and the ceiling is not a stone ceiling inside. You see, it's a wood ceiling, which is like a reverse part of the boat. So this is very, very local and very typical from Brittany. And also here we have got a miracle about the for the skin, There is, how can I say, I just try to show because it's dark, so the church is dark. I just show the cabinet here, you see. Oh, it's a bit dark, so I can't really show you. Sorry for that. There is a spring, and the ladies were bringing the kids who have got illness of skins, and that this little spring is considered to be a miraculous spring, and it's just behind the church, a little bit hidden, but still there. I think they have got something explaining here. Let me show where it's explaining. Yes, here. If you want to read it, or if you want to take a pictures and read it after, it's the fontaine. Okay, you see the fontaine and the mother were coming here to when they have got an illness of the skin. So the mother were bringing the little baby to that fontaine, and that fontaine was giving miraculous time to times. And you see that Santa Gwen. You've seen the statue, and you see here it's Santa Gwen. So the fish, in fact, the boat on that, you see, this is the old one in stone for the holy water. So in fact, we were not fishing around here. Around here, it's mainly mussel, scallop. So it's more seafood. And but the boat leaving from here were going to Canada. They were going to the new land, the Newfoundland, and they were going for the cod, Santa Gwen, Santas to be precise. Lady is running, making a bit of sport. So we're going to pass by a very, very narrow street. And that we call in here a venelle. A venelle is a very narrow street. You see, a venelle, it's kind of street, but not a street. You see, a venelle, Guénolé, that's the name of the street. And so the signal is not going to be perfect here, but we're going to try. You know, if you don't know there's a street, you don't pass by here. Because look, here is a street, well, a street, a passage. And you only can pass one by one, you know, you can't go. And if you have been eating too much crepe, you block. Oh gosh, I'm too fat. I can't go through. No, I'm joking. So, and you see when we arrive here, oh my God, look, you see in front of us the ocean. So you see the ocean is just, I can see the seaside from my home, and the ocean is just 5 minutes walking from home. Oh, look at that. No, no, I don't know. And then you see you have to go down. You see, don't forget I told you it's we are in the upper part of the city, so then we have to go down. Just be careful not to fall down. Here it is. Oh, yesterday I've been to the movie theater and have been watching the film with Kate Blanchett. You know, Tar, Lydia Tar. A bit intellectual. I don't know if some of you have seen it, but don't be tired because you may fall asleep times to times. Uh, and you must like music. Alley, yes, maybe like an alley. I see the beautiful houses you can find from here. Look, here with the little veranda. Fantastic music in Tar, yes. And you see the seaside is here. And we're going to go down to the seaside to feel a bit of the ocean, no? The Atlantic. Oh, here it's not the Atlantic. We're just above the Atlantic, so we are here in the North Sea and the Channel and the Atlantic after. but it's a bit of mixed. So we're going to go down by another little venal, which is here. Hopla. And then we're going to go down, down, down till we arrive to the oceans. And I like to take this passage. It's not very. Oh yes, and here every Sunday there is people which are coming here, which are making kind of drawing. You see, on the seaside. Okay, Jennifer. So buy one next to me, so like that we can see. Some artists, yes. We'll see them better, I think, when we go down. So you see, it's a little alley. But don't be drunk, okay? When you take that, because if you are drunk, if you have been drinking a little bit too much, poof, you fall down. I'm just showing you how it's happened because there is nothing to there is nothing to protect. Ah, you're going to Sanka? How long the sun out? Well, it's let's say 6 hours because of the tide. So now the tide is getting low. You're going to see, uh, and so they have to do it. And then after that, it's with the high tide. You see here, it's a little bit wet sand because you see the tide is going to go till here. You see the dry sand is here. So it means the water during the evening is going to come back here. So it's going to cover that, and that has been made for let's say 6 hours, something like that. No, wet sand, only wet sand. They use a kind of a big fork. I don't know how you call that. Kind of big fork and that kind of tools. And I saw them the other day doing it. It's very impressive because they don't they don't. I don't know how they do because they don't have any patterns to make the perfect circle. So it's very impressive how they do. So I have to be careful here. You see, because it's a little bit steep. So I'm sorry. I turned my gimbal because I'm looking down. Where I go, where I put my feet, because it's nice passage, but a little bit dangerous. Look, that the artist. Beautiful, no? This is just scratch the sand with a kind of a big fork, and that's it. Nothing more. There are 3 or 4 person, and they do that every weekend. Summer, winter. Oh, have to be careful. Look, it's very steep, and the steps are quite narrow, so have to be careful. Hopla, because there is no big. Okay, and from here you can see the second one. Yeah, it's like the Buddhist um, priest when they do a mangala, and then when it's finished, they tear it up. It's a bit the same idea. Here they do it, and they just leave the sea take back. Yeah, but that's the pleasure, the pleasure of doing, and then leaving the nature take back its own property. Because here the land doesn't belong to you; it belongs to the element. In Brittany, that's funny from Brittany because we are, as I said, this is the most Christian part of France, but it's also a very pagan country, with the Druids and the Celts. So we still hardly believe in Brittany about the element, about the fire, about the wind, and that kind of thing. So it's very hard people are not joking too much with that here. But I mean, not joking too much, or when something a bit supernatural arrive, okay, here we are going to believe in it. We are not going to say, oh, this is impossible, incredible. We are just going to say, this is normal. This is because we have got a long history of Celtic and Druids and paganism. Yes, yes, Scott, absolutely. Like Tibetan. Non, c'est pas moi, non. Non, 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 ils le font tous les week-ends en fait, jusqu'à temps que la marée remonte.
Oui, j'avais vu également quelqu'un qui fait ça sur la neige aussi.
Ah oui, oui, mais il faut de la neige bien dure. Mais là, c'est tous les dimanches en fait, il y a trois quatre personnes qui viennent et qui font ça avec des sortes de grands râteaux. Ah oui, c'est. Voilà. So you see here we are walking by the little alley, and if we go on, we are not going to carry on. But bonne journée à vous, merci mesdames. If you go on here, you see you're going to follow this little road passage, which is up to the sea, and then over there you've got the harbor, and that's where my boat is in summer, not in winter. And that just few boats are parked outside, and so that's why. And then here it's in at the harbor. So see, we are very close from the harbor. And if we come by home, you are going to arrive by the hill. You see, my home is at the top of the hill. And here you see, they have got sunlight. Show you one here. Okay, you see these little sunlight. So by the evening, it's going to make a light so you can pass here. Don't forget, when the tide is high, that passage is going to be covered. Okay, so they always say, please don't use that passage by high tide with storm because with the waves the waves can push you against the rocks and then pull you into the sea. So well, here the tide is low, so there is no risk. But of course, if it's high tide with a storm, better. Anyway, it's completely covered by water, so don't be stupid enough to come here. It's not dangerous. You just have to be precautious. I mean, if you are precautious, like we take it now, there is absolutely no danger. But of course, if you take it by a stormy day, it's dangerous. But who, a part of a non-localers, will take it by a stormy day? Tourist. But here, the Brits which are living here are not crazy enough to do that. We stay at home. So now we go to the seaside. We go down by the stones. I think it's nice to make that passage by here. And we are arriving to the seaside, which is of course at this time of the day and this period of the year so peaceful and so calm. So we are just up to the artist, but of course we see much better from the top. You see how it's done. See they use the see that's how they do it. And so you can see the seaweed which are here. So you can see till where the tide is going according to the last position of the seaweeds. As you can see now, it's very calm, very peaceful. So it's very good to come here. Of course, it's good to come in summer because it's hot and lots of people, but it's very noisy. I tell you, 3,000 people in winter, 30,000 people in summer. So you can imagine it's not at all the same vision. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Sound wreck. Okay. And you see, so the down city is here. That's where you've got the village, and over there you can see a spire of a church. You see the tower of the church? This is the up village, the main village, if I should say. Ah, look at that. How peaceful is it? You see, you are just here. It's just you and me by the sunset at the seaside. But as it's very hot sun, look, it doesn't make footprint. You see, look, I put my foot, I press it, I take it out, and you see, nearly no footprint. I really need to do something like that, I really need to press to make a footprint. So I think they just need to walk precautiously, and they want the footprint because they are quite going inside, deep inside the sun to make the motif. So you see, the city is a little bit protected by two rocks. You see here, that one is protecting the harbor, and there is another one the other side, which is natural rocks. Okay, and so you see the Sanka, the men's beach, is a bit in kind of a little bit protected. But of course, when uh, the winds come from the north or the northeast, the wind is arriving from here. Well, this is the east, and this is the north is somewhere here. England is over there, somewhere over there, and very far away here. Are you going to have Saint-Malo, Dinah? You see that you see there is a little lighthouse here, which is you see you see red and green at the entrance of the harbor. When you're a boat, you know that you have to be in between these two to go to the harbor to avoid the rocks. So you see, this is a channel to enter the harbor of Sanka. When I come back with my boat, I always have to be on this black one. Here, you see, it's mean there is a sun here, so it's dangerous. You mustn't go close. Apart if it's very, very high tide, but when it's low tide, your boat can be taken here. So you see, you've got kind of a channel to pass to enter the harbor. And all over there, this is other cities, which of course are inhabited. Hello, Samara. Sorry, the weather is getting dark, so I don't see your hand waving, but I can feel it. I can feel the warmness of your waving. You hear you hear the ocean noise? Listen the ocean with the wave. It's so peaceful. Let's go by the sea. You hear it? I stop speaking. You can hear birds, seagulls, and oceans. I stop speaking. No surfing. The waves are not big enough. And when the waves are big, it's too dangerous. So it's not good condition for surfing. Good for sailing. Summer, mm, in between 20 and 28. It's not very warm. You're in Brittany. It's not the south of France. But the air is so good. And no German tourist. It is the ocean. Yes, windsurfing. Yes, yes, lots of windsurfing. Have to move back. The tide going up, so have to be careful if I don't want to be completely wet. I mean, my feet at least. No, don't worry. Here, I'm not going to get stuck because I can run. The city is here, so I can run. So, by the way, I'm going back to the city. So today we don't go in the city, okay? We did it last time. I will do it again. I will show you the other time. I will come back here, and I will show you the little village and all the little local shop and the restaurants and good food and uh, all the good pastries from here. Today I was more about the oceans and the nature, but of course the village is interesting too. So that will be for another tour in Sankar. Yeah, there is a very good boulangerie, which is named La Belle Meunière. Meunier, like the man who is from the windmill, the meunier who is making the flowers, because before it was a flower place where they were making there was a mill, and so they kept the name of Meulière, and so uh, they are very good, and they do the very good Queen Amman. Oh yeah, they have got a very good glass too. Oh, I love that. There is Tinu, who is doing very good ice cream. I'm collecting the ticket. You know, every time you get an ice cream, you get a ticket. And when you get 10 tickets, you get one free ice cream. And now I think I've got something like 40 tickets. So I can pay my ice cream to my friends because I've been eating many ice creams. So you see there, and these before were hotels, and now it's a private place, and one is more dedicated for the people which are doing this their works for the season, you know, which employee for the city or for cleaning the seaside or that kind of thing, you know, they are located here. But it's the atmosphere of the village with the you can buy an ice cream for all of us. Ah, I think you are too much, Graziella. Ah, how much here? Something like there have been something like 80, so it means I have to eat 800 ice cream. Means if I eat one per day, it's been nearly 3 years. So it's going to be a lot now. And the air is so good. You know, there is no pollution, and you are just here. Look, just a, just two people over there, and a part of that, the nature is for us, and we have to respect it. Look at it. Look at that. See now, bit by bit, the night is arriving to give us. And now you see here, the sun is less. Uh, you see, they don't do the thing here. You see, I see they do the things with a very dry sand. I mean, not dry, wet sand. It means uh, very hard. Here already, the sand is mixed. You see, so here you are in between hard and soft sand. So you see here now, okay, you see if I put my feet here, look, there is no print. I put my feet and there is a print. So that wasn't the case before. And of course, after that limit, where it's the last tide, you can see the tide came up to here because you can see the seaweed. As simple as that. And you can see here, you can see the difference between the wet and the dry sand. You see, just the limit. There's some shell. Sometimes you see like this one. Oh, that one is not so beautiful, but oh, there's some shell. You find crabs and lot of you see lot of shells. You find a lot of shells. Kids love to do that. That's a nice present for the Mother Day. Oh, look! Oh, there's knackers. Ah, yes, 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 yes. Something like 250 miles from Paris here, and you also can see the some dogs are coming here. You can see the footprints. It's always interesting, to look at the nature to discover. Oh, how high? Um, uh, what do you mean how high? Because we calculate the tide in a kind of numbers, and the very high tide they can go up to 140. So today it's not a very high one. So today it's something like 80. So my friends, we are arriving gently at the end of the tour. You see, I'm walking back to the city. Now have a very long walk up because it's going up. You see, it was very steep to go down. So you also can imagine it's very steep to go up. So I have to do that to go back home. Oh yes, the little pergola over there. You mean this one here? There's a little balcony over there and a little pergola here. And you see the village is here, but we don't go in today. That's for another tour. And the last view on the seaside. See the beautiful scenery in between the sea and the sand and the sky. That's like a beautiful color. And now, if you want to stay with me, I'm going up. And if you want to go to do another tour, to have a little cookie, and don't forget tonight for us here in France, and for you from noon to 2 p.m. 49ers versus Philly Eagles. My heart is broken because I do like the 49ers. One of my first team that I supported with Joe Montana. And on the other hand, the Phillies are my son teams. So I'm very, I don't know. I would like it would have been the Super Bowl final, but no. I think they're going to play against the Chiefs. Anyway, and go Eagles. Yes. Anyway, that's what. And my son comes in 2 weeks in Paris to go to see with me the Super Bowl. So I think anyway. I think we are going to go to say fly Eagles to the Super Bowl. Okay. You have also speaking familiars tonight. Okay, my friends, so say bye bye to the seaside. Look, this tree, it looks a bit like not spooky, but I like that too. I like this kind of image. Ah, of course, the Sea Oaks battle. So if you go up with me, you see the seaside in behind. And I see myself, I'm going up, down. So in couples of seconds, it's going to be hard for me to speak because speaking, breathing, and going uphill is a bit difficult. So I have to to breathe. Oh, that's nice. So thank you so much to having with me, my friends. Thank you. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Alice. Yes, next week. Oh, don't miss that one if you haven't seen it. On Friday, not Friday, Tuesday, a strike day in Paris. I do a tour at home. It's about the French Cancan and about La Goulue. So if you want to see that, don't miss it. I think it's going to be a nice discovery about the life of the woman named Louise Weber, whose nickname was La Goulue, and she was the queen of the Moulin Rouge. So if you want to do that, if you want to have some Cancan lesson, come on Tuesday. And then if you want to discover or rediscover the Republic Square, which is the place where we have got the symbol of our democracy, that will be on Thursday. And for the weekend, I haven't decided yet. I'm going to put some tour. I will be in Paris, but I have to see with my walking tour because I've got some tourists coming, so I have to see when they are there and when I can see. I show you a last view of the seaside from here. Look with the tree. Nice view too. Wish you a very good Sunday. Thank you for a donation as usual. You know, they mean a lot for us, and mainly these days with less people and of course less income and more difficult to run the tour. So thank you for that. Take a great care of yourself. See you, I hope, on Tuesday for this tour about La Goulue, Louise Weber. It will be fantastic, and you will be able to dance cancan at home. Be careful, you need to get a kind of empty space around you if you want to make the test at home, okay? Apart of that, I don't want to have any trouble with your husband or wife because you broke everything at home, okay? Take a great care. So that will be under your total responsibility. I don't receive any claims about it. Be sure about that. So thank you. Take great care of yourself. See you very soon. And in the meanwhile, bonne fin de journée. And for the 49ers fan, the best. But for the Eagles fan, fly, fly, fly to the Super Bowl. Bye bye.